Hey everybody, well, I want to touch on a subject that right now might be very, very touchy for a lot of people, like James the Fam. And I have watched that video, and I would have worn my Bob Ross shirt, which you guys have seen me wear in a previous video. But, you know, I'm not a jailbird, and I have to feel sorry for him because he was actually set up. And he really was. He was set up. So I actually really want to touch on this subject. Why do we YouTube creators ask before we film in any location? The point to asking before we film in any location is so that we don't get in trouble. Now, we may have people that want to cause problems for us, and the reason why we get these permissions is so that we can bypass that because we already have the legal permission. Let's say like today when I went to Hobby Lobby, I'm tired now, so I won't be able to do what I need to do. I'll wait until I'm, have enough energy to go on to the next video. So I just wanted to touch on this subject. So I asked, for future reference for my channel, only if I keep the camera on myself would it be okay to film in here. Only if I keep the camera on myself. Now you see, that's how I asked, only if I keep it on myself. You know what they said? They would need to contact corporate. I would have to contact corporate. That's how it works. You have to contact corporate. We are giving free advertisement to these companies when we film in their stores. So that, and the Hobby Lobby I went to didn't even know that they had a YouTube channel. They weren't aware of this. I made them aware, so they were cool with that. So James the Fam, and I really feel for him. He was set up pretty bad, and he's stalked by the same person that Explore With Us is being stalked by. Like, can this woman get a life? I will actually put a link to Explore With Us and James the Fam down in the description box. Just because, this shouldn't have ever happened to them. They have great channels. Okay, so does Omar Gosh. I finally got back into watching him. Even though he pranked Patty pretty bad. I'll even put a link to her channel. He pranked her pretty bad. Give her doll back, man. Go ahead to the EVP session. Give Patty's haunted doll back. I wouldn't even want that doll near me. Give her back. Oh. And Heather's Hauntings. I'll put all those links in the description box. But, that's some of the channels I watch. But still, being stalked by somebody that goes and calls the police because they've stalked you. And they call the police because they're like, oh, this person's here and they're doing that. Well, you know what? You have video evidence saying otherwise. Your channel proves otherwise. You have video proof that you didn't do what this person said you did. Don't take it down. You can set it on private. set it on private. Don't remove your content. Put it to a flash drive. Put it to a terabyte drive. Do not remove your content. Set it to private. This is a word to the wise. Do not remove your content. And you know why? Because by all law, it shows your proof of innocence. Abso-freaking-lutely, it shows your innocence. Plus, when you put your disclaimer in there, you put your disclaimer in there saying that you had full permission that from the property owner, when it says you have full permission from the owner or the township, that right there says that nobody can come after you. By law, no one can come after you if you have that in your disclaimer in the card at the beginning and at the end of your video. Put that in the beginning and at the end of your video. That way, you've made it legibly safe for yourself and your crew who's with you. And I really wanted to touch on this subject because I was like reviewing, and I'm like, okay, yes, there are a couple of times, and only some, but not every explorer. Not every explorer breaks in and destroys. Now, there is one over in Europe. I don't like the guy. I don't watch his videos. And he was brought down by the Abandoned Explorer, Warren Urban X, and Taser Urban X. They don't like the guy. I have to agree with them because the guy's a total jerk. And the guy was breaking stuff and thinking it was funny. Well, no, that's not funny because you're going into somebody else's property that you didn't get permission to. When they do, they get permission. And apparently over there, even if you don't get permission, it's like a small misdemeanor, or even if you get caught, you just leave. No big. But here in America, it's completely different. You know, obviously you get permissions to go. I get permissions. Roaming with Rocco, he gets permission to go to where he goes. Everybody gets permissions to go where they go. It's a very touchy subject. But, you know, I'm going to keep this very short because I'm also going to post this to my Instagram. But we have to be very careful out there as YouTube creators. The subject is coming up constantly now. So I really want everybody to stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. But you also need to stay very safe out there. And remember, we can't let them try to get us when we have our permissions. So I'll see you later. Bye.